Hello, and a follow-up video to church machines. This will tie a little bit more in together. Big thank you to, I think it's Mystic Mama Cat, reminded me about the flooring on the churches. The carpet can represent the tongue. The doorway as you go into the church also represents a kind of mouth. And of course, if you look up at the ceiling in the area of the church where the congregation is, which is the nave, because you have the fonts, the navel, and then we're back on the watery themes again. But it also resembles the roof of a mouth as well. So thank you for the reminder. I forgot to say about that. And of course, you go past the pulpit, that area of the church machine is called the chance L. And of course, thanks to Lana, the prompt about the rector and the rectum. And of course, they are all ministers, which is a ministere. Some of them are called river ends, reverends, and you perish in a parish. When you pray, you become pray. So to tie this in even further, actually, before we do that, let me share some good news. A friend of mine came up to me yesterday and said, "I want to thank you." And I said, "What for?" And they said, I took your advice. And I said, you're going to have to give me a bit more information. They said, "I did what you said. I visualized and basically something in the imagination solidified as a thought and then became a solid fact. And they found £1,000. The imagination really does create reality. That is the creator in action. There is no reason why any of you can't do this. Well, there is. I'll come on to that in a little while. But to the point of this, now TrueLove channel has referred to this realm as a 911, the Ixxi Trauma Center, which is basically encoded in this symbol. I'm sure you can see the two X's for a start, and it's the I, because we're in linear time and a horizontal plane, it's expressed this way. You can also see you have a diamond, you have two pyramids as well. This is life. Now, where do you draw the line? I mean, Alan Watts explained this reality as being frequency, and of course you can flip the script. One lifetime you may choose to come into this reality in a female body, the next in a male body. Something you've done in the last lifetime and exceeded at, you'll probably have no interest in this lifetime. This is explained by Rudolf Steiner in about the karmic outplay from lifetime to lifetime. And basically, might as well say about it now, this is, I think it was 1912 he speaks about this, where the people of that time, if they are convinced enough by a script that life is just leading to a grave and that's it and you are no more, when they come back into this reality, if they have not sort of paid forward, as it were, they will come into that world basically as an NPC. But anyway, as Alan Watts will explain this reality in frequency, you can see it in this pattern. So you may want to be in a higher perspective. So you'd be like this. As Alan Watts puts it, do you want this reality to be a vibration of doing, or do you want it to be yong, yong boing and boing boing? You can play with this IXXI, this 911 Emerge and Sea. Notice you have another water reference there. emerge and see. So once you step over this line, and you can see both sides of the line, you'll see exactly what this reality is. It's organic. It is one of contrast and duality. It is all frequency. It is sine wave. And of course you have the two X's there. And what a beautiful day it is outside today as well. Beautiful blue skies and sunshine. So I may do an outside recording later, but I thought this really can't wait. Now, was there anything else I wish to add into this? Basically, you just got to find the I am within you. And if you look at this also, you have expressed as the twin caduceus. They do this X shape where they cross over. So if we were to turn it this way, you could basically see your twin caduceus as being these two lines. But of course, if you flip your polarity, just as you come in this reality head down, basically the fall of man when you come into the physicality, and then you have to basically flip the script, so you become a 191, but things have been shuffled about and it's been turned into a 911. And I'm sure you've seen the many combinations in the external outplays of numbers involving 1 and 9 or 9 and 1 in various combinations. So let's flip it back to the horizontal, because that's the timeline that you are on within your organic body. And you can find your polarity. You can find the diamond in the sky, which is shown in the nursery rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are, up above the clouds so high, like a diamond in the sky. That is your true essence. That is the center of your being. It's basically whether in the heavens, between the two temples in the head. The imagination also connects to the hearth, the heart, that center line, that heart line, which is green, by the way. And this is why you have the black sun, the what are called the northern lights. This is the way this reality works. Black light will come out as green. And if you look at nature, it is finite in this reality, so it will decay and die like everything else in this reality in the physical form. So that's why plants in particular and nature are always shown in green, and why there is death. But of course, it's just one half, just one side of the thing. Just like this, you have the black. Now this actual image, this is a reminder, it was a drawing by Lars. I've got Aska, I assume that's the channel name, I can't actually remember. He teamed up with Victoria Cotton for a while. They did joint presentations. Anyway, it represents heaven on earth, or us, the true lodge. Magical mirror upside down, up and down. Black is the colour of banishing, protection, grounding and safety. Red is the colour of passion, courage and the fire element. You basically got to find the fire within oneself. And obviously, like a fire, you're going to get smoke, heat rises. It's basically another reference to the Christ consciousness, lifting it from the house of bread, the Bethlehem, the gut feeling, and that star rises up to the heavens, to the pineal gland, and then activates everything. So quite a lot in 10 minutes really, but hey, say 10. You know, all these silly superstitions and things. It depends on the intent and your perception on things as whether you think things are good or bad. If you can just see, they are contrasts and things are separated into this material realm to show reflections, to imply a duality when it is all contained within a whole. In this reality, you are the embodiment, you are that whole, you are that complete being, but you have to find it within inside oneself. That's entirely up to you. Anyway, I'm going to say love to you all and wish you all a beautiful, beautiful day. I shall put links in the descriptions to the channels and videos I've mentioned, and thank you also to, I think it's Rachel Benton, FindTheLight RB channel. Very good channeling and perception, well worth having a listen to what she taps into and reveals, which ties in perfectly with all this. So yeah, just be aware, don't perish in a parish, don't pray and become prey. Find it within yourself, who you truly are, the I amness that is within you. You are a perspective of the whole. You are just an aspect. It gives you a clue in the word became flesh. It's a living God. So where would a living God reside? Surely it would be in the living. But again, like all words, living, you earn a living, and you look at the old buildings, you'll see plenty of urns. You'll see plenty of urns in graveyards. What have you really earned? A sort of passageway to come round again, maybe? Or maybe you found a doorway that is out. Because remember, the IXXI basically shows that you have two pillars. It is also the 11, it is the Janus, it is a doorway, it is the duality, it is stepping through. So you go on to the next bit, the other half of the circle, as it were. On one side you have birth to death, and then you have death to birth, and then you have the karmic outplays. So if you're in the same position as I am, probably in the last life you were particularly good at sports, and this time round you have no interest in sports. That's just the way these sort of karmic outplays and mirrors, because the mirrors are not just confined to this reality, it's far more. Right, so we're now up to 13 minutes. That's a pretty good number. It's unlucky for some, but only if you're cooking the books and manipulating the sums, shall we say. For the rest, it is all good.